If you're wondering how to clean a Medela pump, then stick around, as in this video I'm going to walk you through step by step cleaning a Medela pump. So let's get started. No matter what type of pump you have, the process is pretty similar. So with your Medela pump, you are not going to want to wash your pump unit itself. Now, if you get a splash of breast milk on it or it gets a bit dusty and dirty, you can use a damp cloth to wipe this down. But just remember, this is where all your electrical components live, so you do not want to get this wet, or you run the risk of breaking and damaging your pump. So let's go by removing your pump motor. Now that was my freestyle. This is your pump in style. Again, exactly the same thing. You do not need to wash your pump itself. And then the same thing goes for your tubing. Now I have the collection cups and also the bottle, so you can see both options, but we are essentially going to remove the tubing on both. Your tubing does not get breast milk in it. It does not need to be cleaned, and if you do notice any moisture in here, it is suggested that you replace your tubing. This should not have any moisture in it, hence we do not need to wash it. So again, I'll move it on this side. And what I'll do is just have one of these each. So then these are the parts that your breast milk comes in contact and that need to be washed. So what we're going to do is disassemble our pump. Now I love this with the Medela that it is super easy to do. They have very minimal parts, whether you're using the collection cup or the bottle. It is very simple. So once you have disassembled your parts, you are going to want to rinse these under running water to remove any excess breast milk. Once we have done that, we're going to want to get some warm soapy water and simply wash the breast milk off the parts. Now you can use a brush for this. I do find it helps to get in all these little parts and help to clean them. Again, with you want to get right in and clean off any bits of breast milk. So you're going to give this a good wash. Now for parts like through here, you can see that that's a nice hard little bit to get into with your finger. So getting a little pipette brush, bottle brush is great for getting into those little bits. You can pick these up off Amazon, really cheap. Sometimes they'll even come with your set. So choose a range of sized brushes is my recommendation. Now, once you have used your warm soapy water and these are all clean, you're going to again rinse these off and just dry them. You can do that either by having a nice paper towel, let them air dry. So I'll just put these aside because I'm making a bit of a mess here. The other option, if you don't want to do the warm soapy water method, because as you can see, I've made a bit of a mess, you can simply put your Medela parts in the top of the dishwasher. So I love that they have this option. It does make cleaning them super easy. Now, once we have washed our parts, now you need to generally wash after every use. I know some people use the fridge method where they will rinse their parts, then store them in the fridge without rinsing them, and the fridge is meant to slow down the rate of bacterial growth. The CDC doesn't actually recommend this as a safe option. So ideally, you will be washing your pump parts after every use, and then sanitizing at least once a day. Unless you have, say, an ICU baby, and then you're going to need to be sterilizing your pump parts after every use. But for the most part, most people will need to just sterilize once a day. So first step is to wash them, let them dry, and then we are going to sanitize. Now there's a couple of ways to sanitize your pump parts. Now the easiest is to use an electric sterilizer, so you can use a UV or a sterilizer and simply put your pump parts in and have that work its magic. The other really easy solution is using one of the Medela micro steam bags. Now these are great. They have up to 20 uses per bag. Within 3 minutes, your pump parts are sterilized. It does have the instructions on the back, but essentially after you have washed your pump parts, you are going to add 2 ounces or 60 mils of water to the bag and then put the parts in, zip it all up, and then place it in the microwave based on your microwave settings. And then once it is done, you're going to drain out the water and let your pump parts dry. So you can use the sterilizers bags as a quick clean. These are amazing if you're on the go and wanting to sterilize your pump parts. Also great for at home for easy use. You can also use something like Milton tablets as a sterilizing solution. They are more gentle on your pump parts. Sometimes using a sterilizer, you might find that your pump parts start to go a little bit cloudy from the temperatures. So using something like the Milton sterilizing tablets are great. They simply go into water and you follow their instructions. The other easy and often most recommended option is to simply boil your pump parts. So you are just going to want to place them all in a pot, fill your pot with water, and then pop it on the boil and boil them for 5 minutes. And then once you have done that, the water will be boiling, so get yourself a pair of tongs, take your pump parts out and then place them on some paper towel to air dry, and that will sterilize them. So it is quite easy. Once all your pump parts are sterilized, you can put them all back together ready for your use. The only other thing I didn't mention in the cleaning part, is if you are on the go, and we all know when we're pumping on the go that sometimes it's really difficult to be rinsing and washing your pump parts. There are also quick clean wipes available from the Medela range, and you can use these to give your pump parts a wipe down and a clean in between your pumping sessions, and then again at the end of each day or whenever once a day, sterilize your pumping parts. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask and I'll do my very best to answer. Cheers.